Hi.
Guys,
Hey.
how are you?
Fine, and you?
Good. So are we doing this?
Yeah. So, how are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Good,
So,
everything's good.
Yeah.
Great. Good.
So, first question. Up to now, not so long ago, Dream Theater was considered as a typical progressive metal band, which means for many very polished, very soft. But now we can see you on some very metal-oriented festivals like Gigantour and the Hellfest this weekend.
Right.
It looks like the train of thoughts effect has been working, and that you're touching more and more metal fans and pure metal fans. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, there's always been metal in Dream Theater. I think if people were to go back to the album Awake, I think they'd find out that Awake was pretty aggressive. You know, I mean, you're doing songs like The Mirror. I mean, that's right in your face. You're doing a song like Lie that was very heavy as well. So a song, you know, so I mean, as far back as Awake, we were even into the heavier movements, into the heavier direction. I think, yes, Train of Thought, a lot of people want to refer to that because definitely we wanted to make a statement and make the heaviest album that we possibly could at that particular time. But even after, you know, like Train of Thought, you still, I think, with the latest album, what's happening is there's more of a balance between the styles that we've always incorporated, whether it be progressive or classic rock or classical or metal. I think that with the last album, Systematic Chaos, there's more of a intertwining with all these styles in a very balanced fashion, so to speak. So I think it gives the album a little bit more depth and a little bit more dynamics throughout, because there's a lot going on, but very well directed and very focused, you know. But I mean, yeah, granted, I mean, since we came out with Train of Thought, definitely we have noticed that there's a heck of a lot more metalheads in the crowd, you know, and it's great. And you know, so there's the two worlds coming together. It's a weird dichotomy because you have the progressive heads here and you have the metalheads here, and they're kind of, you know, coming together for the same band, which is pretty odd, but it works.
You get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, you played Images and Words in its entirety at the God of Metal this year.
Yep.
And how does it feel to still play these 25 years old songs, and how did the public react to this surprise?
Well, Images is actually, it's 16 years old. When we play, yeah. You know, well, it's actually 15 years old. It came out in July of '92. I mean, it feels as great as it did back then. You know, I mean, when you're playing these songs, I mean, I think once you get into the actual playing of the music, you realize that it still touches you and affects you the way that it did originally. So it's still exciting. It's still fulfilling. It's you know, very gratifying to see how the crowd reacts and how excited they get when we announce that we're going to play the album from beginning to end. They get really, wow, oh my God, I can't wait to hear this, you know. So, you know, it's been great. We've played it I think 4 times already, or 4 or 5 times already on this tour. But the reaction has been great, and we're having fun with it, because basically we really haven't played it from beginning to end since the Images and Words tour. So, yeah.
At one point, I read that you had some vocal problems. Well, you had a very hard time singing some songs from Images and Words.
Oh, fuck, yeah. I mean, I in 1994, the end of 1994, December, I was down in Cuba with my wife, and I got food poisoning, throwing up, and I ruptured my vocal cords, basically.